Talk Live. I am Coach Lone Wolf. Lone Wolf, we just said it. Not
Said it.
a lot going on this week, despite preseason NFL action going on, but not a lot. Do have a Beavis comment. We do have a
Good.
victim or
Good.
villain. We do have some do you cares.
Right.
We have some stuff, and then there's some other stuff to discuss too. But we'll see where the show leads us, because who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna start out with do you care? Now, I got a couple of topics. And my first one, it's a specific game, but it's gonna be a bigger discussion in general. So,
Okay.
I'm gonna share my screen here, and not that one. Where is it? This one right here. All right. So, as everybody knows, Drew Allard came in a preseason game against the Packers and scored 3 touchdowns. And I swear, this is it. First of all, the question is, do you care that he threw 3 touchdowns?
No, Coach, no. My dad texted me about the preseason game, and he was like, looks like afterwards the Packers cut their 4th string quarterback or whoever it was, right? And I was like, oh, great. Yep, don't care. The preseason in the NFL, Coach, has become so meaningless. There's 3 games, and it's generally just, hey, let's get some rookies out there and see what they can do. Starters don't play. It's so meaningless. People are losing their minds about this stuff. It's kind of like, okay, guy plays well, that's great, but it's preseason.
I mean, and that's where the discussion that this was one of the do you care topics about.
Right.
The Packers gave up 3 touchdowns to this guy.
Right.
I don't care either. But the bigger do you care? Do you care about the preseason in NFL anymore anyways?
No. And ultimately, Coach, what's going to end up happening is these guys that get cut, right, they'll end up on a practice squad for somebody else, or better yet, they'll end up playing in the UFL.
Right.
So good for them,
And really, the preseason is to fill out your depth on your roster.
Right.
Unless you have a position battle going on.
Yeah.
You're not determining that in your preseason games. I mean, even like the Vikings and some other teams have named their starting quarterback before the preseason games have even been played.
Right, like the Cardinals, they're good. I mean, they have a journeyman, but they have a guy already set.
Right. So it doesn't really. I don't care about this.
Right.
And some people are, they're freaking out. I mean, they're talking about how Aaron Rodgers mentorship and tutelage. Bull crap. He's not doing anything with this kid.
No.
I bet you if you sat down and asked this kid, like, how much has Aaron Rodgers helped you develop as a quarterback? Because he'd be like, I've never even talked to the guy. Because he's in his last year. He doesn't give a crap.
He doesn't care. He doesn't care, just like we don't care.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So, and this just proves my point why you shouldn't care about the preseason in the NFL.
Yeah.
I have an image. So
there they are.
There may be one missing. I had ChatGPT AI create
Yep.
this image for us. We are now what? I don't even know what Super Bowl we're in right now. We're close to 60.
61, maybe, I think.
Okay. So out of all the Super Bowl champions, 12 had a winning record in the preseason. That's it.
So we are on Super Bowl 61.
So 12 out of 60
Yeah.
champions for the Super Bowl. This
Yep.
doesn't include world championships prior to the Super Bowl had
Yep.
winning preseason records.
Right. It's fairly irrelevant what you do in the preseason here, people.
Yeah, it is so stupid and so irrelevant that it's like,
yeah,
who cares?
Hey, 20%. Who cares? Who cares? It doesn't matter.
Who cares? I don't care what your preseason record is. It doesn't matter in today's NFL.
No.
Last time it's happened was 10 years ago.
Yeah. And I mean, like, there are things about the preseason that if you're a fan of a specific team, when you're looking at a certain team, you're like, oh, okay, they brought in a new free agent. Did he get a little play in the preseason? How does he look? Does he fit in? Or there's a rookie and you really want to see kind of how he does or, whatever. Great. I mean, awesome. You want to see those things, but it's not like it's a league-wide kind of thing or other fans are going to watch it. Like, you're a Ravens fan. Jacoby Lane looks good for the Ravens. Great. But does the rest of the NFL really care right now? No. You just, as a fan of that team, you're like, awesome. But it doesn't really matter in the end. So more so you look for injuries, coach. Like if for some reason a starter is out there and he gets injured and he's gone for the season, like with the Vikings, they had an injury, the guy's gone for the season. Like that's the sort of stuff that you care about. But other than that, you really don't get into it. It doesn't matter.
Right. So that is my do you care? I know you had one, Lone Wolf. If you want to bring it up and we can discuss it.
I forget what I even send you, and now I got to look at it again.
I'll tell you. Yeah,
Von Miller signed with the Cowboys.
I don't care.
Do you care?
The guy's in a nursing home, for Christ's sake.
I mean, how old is he at this point, coach?
He's younger than us, but not by much.
No. And just so everybody understands, we're in our late 40s. This guy is in his probably, I would say, about mid 40s at this point. He's still playing. Does it matter?
No, it doesn't matter.
This isn't giving the Cowboys the juice that they need in order to do what he needs. They're not helping. That's not helping them.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't care. It doesn't matter. These veterans are they're signing for a payday. He doesn't need rings. He needs money. He wants money. He doesn't need a ring. So he did it he's doing it for the money.
He's got those already. So
yeah. Other news around the NFL real quick. Well, before we get into the other segments, you had Adams go down for the Vikings for the year.
Yep.
He is their big signing. I don't want to get into the. I don't have like the video comments of the Beavis comments of the week, but there are two candidates.
Okay.
That we get to choose from. So when we get to that point. Trying to think, again, you had, I think the biggest news is you had Tua play like crap. You have Kyler Murray, the starting quarterback, officially in Minnesota.
Coach, I was reading this a minute ago when we were talking about the preseason. You had Shedeur Sanders, Dylan Gabriel, and Deshaun Watson all playing for the Browns in their preseason game. Oh, Browns fans loving it.
Well,
and by the way, they played the Bears, and both Shedeur Sanders and Dylan Gabriel got picked off.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's like I don't. You know, if you're getting picked off in the preseason, that's not good.
No,
it's not good. It's just not good. It's just not good.
You're getting picked off by a second, maybe a third string guy. It's not good at all. And why are you playing all three of these guys? Why is Deshaun Watson on the field, Coach? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. Lolo, you're sideways, by the way.
I'm sideways? You're sideways to me.
No, you're sideways to me. There you go. No, now you're sideways there.
Just leave it like, okay, hold on.
Because what I see is what everybody at home sees.
Okay, I'm gonna try that instead. Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. I don't know what happened, Coach, because the orientation on my phone got all weird, and then you were sideways to me. So I don't know what happened. But either way, we figured it out.
I mean, yeah, you know, and these people are calling for Shedeur Sanders to be, you know, the starter.
Yeah.
You know,
it really doesn't matter. I mean, in the end, yeah, it's just okay. I just think, you know, you look at it and the preseason does give you a little bit. So when you say, do you care? We're like, oh, we don't care. I do say that at least gives you an insight into what a team might look like. The Browns are going to be a dumpster fire, but we already knew that. So I guess there's really nothing new to talk about when it comes to that anyway, right? It's just
right.
So yeah, they are going to be a dumpster fire. We knew that. So
right, and that's the thing. You know, the preseason is good for teams. You figure out some stuff. What we don't care about is if your team loses a preseason game.
Yeah.
Just nobody cares.
Yeah.
Just nobody cares. It's preseason. Yeah. It's meaningless. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't do anything for you. So, you're gonna
there you are.
You know, you're gonna have people lose, and it's doesn't matter. So, all right. Moving on to our victim or villain. And this individual.
Here we go.
We've talked about this individual the last 2 weeks.
Okay.
But they have now moved to victim or villain here.
I think I know who this is going to be. And just for everybody's understanding, you know, you and I will text back and forth about a few things, but we usually don't discuss what this is going to be at all. So this is new, but I think I know who it is.
We'll find out. We'll find out here if you're right. I'm just gonna.
The Indiana Fever coach Stephanie White. That's my guess.
No, it is not.
Oh, okay. I'm wrong. Okay, all right, no problem.
It is
okay,
not.
All right.
It's the correct league, not
her. Okay.
Not the person.
Okay, no problem. Yeah.
But nope, not this one.
No problem.
I just want to make sure I find the right.
Our old friends from the WNBA. Coach, how many times have the victim or villain been from the WNBA?
Lately, a lot. So here's our victim or villain.
Oh, yeah.
Dejanay Carrington. So, and the reason I put this out here is because we want to be fair. We want to be fair and talk about all sides of this. So this started over a week ago now, where she basically wipes out Sophia Cunningham, the best looking player in the WNBA. Just gonna say,
I'm just throw it out there. It's true.
Just gonna throw it out there.
Right.
And she gets ejected, and then posts white privilege.
Right. In all caps.
Takes a whole bunch of guff for this online. So that's where victim comes in. People are basically honored to a point where she has to shut down her threats.
Yes.
Now, if those who know me, when you get on the political stance, I'm not going to sit there and play into if there's white privilege, if there's this or that. I just
they call it what it is, Coach. Right?
It's a waste of our time and energy as a society.
Yeah,
keep going down that road. Okay, and we can dive into that a little bit later if we have time. So I don't agree with that. Okay, she made a comment. It's her right to believe it, whether we believe it's true or not.
Right.
It's not right for her to go through the online backlash, but people love typing at their keyboards.
Yeah, I mean, it's the world that we live in now.
So you look at it, what she did in the game, and then what she did online. Okay. Well, the other night,
now
hits two players across the face, gets a technical foul, and then has a fan ejected from the game. But this is the interesting part.
Yep.
They remove the fan, but then they let him come back because they find out nothing really happened. So here's my question: is DeJounte Carrington a victim or a villain?
Coach, she's not. I would use a Star Wars reference, but she can't be this person. So I have to think of a different villain that she would fit. Let's go with somebody dumb, right? Because she's not this conniving. I was gonna say she's Palpatine, but she's not that smart. She's more like a Gamorrean guard, right? Like, one of Jabba's guards or something. She's just not that smart. She's a thug. She's the villain. There's no question about it. This activity right here, Coach, I don't know how this couldn't tell you that she's the villain. What are you doing getting a fan thrown out of the game? What did he do? Like, look at you weirdly? I mean, come on, lady.
They zoomed in on him on the side because he was like in the front row.
Right.
And you don't see anything. You don't see him like
talking to her. He didn't talk crap. He didn't flip her off, right? Like, he didn't throw anything.
She never came out and explained what she heard.
Right. So why?
So
she's the villain all day long, Coach. She's the villain.
She is the villain. And here's what makes this whole thing even worse. And this is why I don't just label her as like, no, she is full-fledged villain.
Yeah.
And to me, you say Gamorrean guard, I say she is one of the freaking guards combing the desert in Spaceballs. That's what she is.
And not the cool guy who says we ain't found blank.
Cool guy.
Right.
Not the cool guy with the pick.
It's the other one.
It's the other one. Where they're actually
so much so that should probably be in the sequel.
And
oh my God. Yeah.
Worse, and this is why she is totally the victim. So she makes a post
the villain, yes,
of white privilege.
Yep.
And like I said, we'd get into it. Her dad played 10 years in the NFL.
Yeah.
Her dad was a Super Bowl champion. She went to Stanford.
Yep.
Who is she bitching about privilege for?
Hey, Coach, did you go to Stanford? Did you go to Stanford?
No.
Did I? No.
No. She has been given so much privilege in her life because what her father did for her.
Right.
And this is how you repay him?
This is how you do it. You come out there and you say white privilege. You went to Stanford. Give me a break. You've had every advantage in your life. You just need to shut your mouth, lady.
Shut your mouth, play basketball. So it was interesting. I read an article about this whole thing, and they said she entered Stanford. Great student, religious, all this stuff. Comes out of Stanford, and now look at her.
Yep.
This is a perfect example why everybody who was pushing their kids to go to school, make sure it's a school that aligns with your values, because they're going to try to teach them that I don't care what people say. Schools are politically driven, depending on who's influencing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
the money in the school. So you got to be careful with that. Anyways, so that is why she is the victim, or not the victim, the villain.
The villain. She's the villain. There's no question.
The villain. You know, and it's just unbelievable when I saw that. It's like, you know, and like this, I have to be careful with how many graphics we make. If we show the site, it's technically giving credit.
Right. We can't do that. Yeah.
I can't just copy and paste the image and put it up.
Right.
So that's why I have it up here. But you know, we have people saying, "Oh, saying she's a nasty, dishonest person."
Yeah.
You
are. What did you do with this fan? Why would they let this guy come? Why would they let this fan come back? Nothing happened. Clearly, they saw on the video when they looked at it again that nothing happened.
Well,
right. Otherwise, why they let him come back?
They took him back and interviewed him.
Yeah.
They interviewed the guy.
Oh man. Yeah.
And then they let him come back.
Yeah.
It's like,
it's almost like they were just making a spectacle out of it.
Oh, it was a huge spectacle.
But yet at the same time, Coach, like this, come on, give me a break. No, she's the villain. Yeah.
We'll watch it here. I do have it.
Okay.
Up. Is this it? Don't. There it is.
All right, here we go.
See Sarah Williams there to say something. So that is what is being handled at the moment.
So here's the guy. The guy's just sitting there like.
Carrington also
like
something.
What?
Conversation with a fan sitting on the sideline.
Arena security will now deal with this.
And he's laughing the whole time, like, "What? This is ridiculous."
A conversation.
Yeah, like what is your problem?
Like, look how many people are around him. Like,
what is all that? Like, what has he got, a gun or something?
There's something especially right now, that is being taken very seriously
out of the seating area
from everybody.
Player security is taken. Do you hear the coach?
Now
you hear the comments?
96 U.S. women's basketball team.
So, Coach, did you hear the comments about this? The lady, she's like, player security, it's taken very seriously. Apparently, there was nothing to worry about, but okay.
There's nothing to worry about, everybody. Nothing to worry about. Okay.
That in of itself is almost a Beavis comment by itself.
Almost. Oh, we got a couple of good ones.
I know. I'm just saying, like that's ridiculous. So you're sitting here. What did that guy look like he was doing? He's just hanging out. He's like, he's having a good time. He wasn't doing anything wrong.
Right.
Wow.
And so by doing this, if you're gonna if players can just do this and you're gonna remove a fan, why would I buy a ticket?
Well, yes, I agree. And here's the thing, Coach. So I mentioned whether or not you were gonna have Stephanie White as our victim or villain.
Right.
She came out because she's after the comments she made about Carrington in our segment here, victim or villain. She goes, we need to stop. She finally brought back this, and she's lashing out about all this stuff and saying the hate and the fear mongering, it's trying to hijack our league. It won't win. So she's trying to stay relevant and put herself out there and try to make it seem like it wasn't that bad what she said about Carrington, and she's trying to divert the issue to something else. Are you over her at this point? I mean, at first I was like, okay, she's standing up for her players, and now it feels like she just keeps backtracking.
Yeah,
I don't know. It feels kind of ridiculous to me from her.
Yeah. So my thing is, okay, when you look at this stuff, right? And Stephanie White,
Yeah,
she came out, she made those comments about her, and then
right.
she came out because she was being blasted and saying, I I have the backs of my players, blah blah blah.
Right.
It's one of those things where it's like, are you seeing what everybody else is seeing here? We're now don't care about you. You came out, you said your piece, you blasted the fans. They're not going to care anymore.
No.
Guess what?
And now she's trying to be like, oh, the WNBA, we'll stick together and love will win and all this garbage. And like, okay, look, you're just rambling at this point. You're just another moron on the internet who's just saying stuff. So it just feels like she said her piece, like you said, and she got a little too far into the weeds, and now she's trying to just ramble on about it. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. And then on top of that, the WNBA still can't figure out what a woman is. So, that's
well, there's that too. Good luck, guys. Good luck. Girls, guys, girls.
So it's interesting because now the people are saying, well, none of the teams they don't have to draft or sign these guys.
They don't, but there's going to be people who will.
I'm telling you right now, I would. If nobody takes either of them, I would take both of them, and we'd go undefeated.
Yeah.
I'd be like, do we have any more?
Coach, I mean, as a GM, if I was in that office with you and I would be like, hell yeah, let's draft these women.
I'd be like, is there any rules here that we could just sign them now?
Right? Can we just take them now?
They have to enter the draft.
Right?
Do they have to enter the draft? Can we just sign them as free agents?
Let's just do it. Yeah.
It's like
they're gonna.
I mean,
if they're allowed to be in it, they will be drafted.
I'll tell you right now, and again, I'm not trying to disparage women, but I think most of the GMs in the WNBA are women, so they might not take them.
They might not. I don't know.
But now, guess what? Now you have a discrimination lawsuit,
right?
Because they can go in and say, we know we have a track record in the NBA.
Yeah.
And it's better than all of the people in the WNBA.
Well, and Coach, like, this doesn't come up in men's basketball. There's a lot of reasons for that. Obviously, women are not proclaiming themselves to be men and going and playing in the NBA.
Well, then there's the other side of the coin.
Right. But so we know there's a lot of reasons for that, and we could get into that, but not in this show. But ultimately, yeah, these guys are somebody's going to pick them. Somebody is going to put them on their team. That's the bottom line.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
Yeah.
You'd be stupid not to.
Yeah.
Stupid not to. All right. So we are to
Yeah. I am the great Cornholio. You have awakened my bunghole, and now you must pay. The streets will flow with the blood of the non-believers.
Our Beavis
Indeed.
comments of the week. I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna paraphrase the one comment because it's really an article.
Okay.
It's an article. It's a new person.
Oh,
Okay,
good.
There's a huge long article written by ESPN's Katie Barnes.
Okay.
About Angel Reese's rebounding. It basically talks about how legendary it is. So that the title of the article is the Beavis comment. It says the secrets behind Angel Reese's legendary rebounding.
Oh man.
Yeah, you miss you miss layups and rebound them yourself. That's her thing.
So
40% of her rebounds are her own misses.
I guess depending on how you want to look at it, Coach, that could be considered legendary. It's kind of like legendarily bad, but
Could be.
It's
not. It's not like it's. I just. It amazes
usually
me.
legend means you're like amazing, not horrid.
It's because she was the fastest to, I think, 1,000 rebounds in her career.
Yeah, because she can't hit the broadside of a barn. Angel,
like
Coach,
literally, there are games where she has like 20 rebounds, 8 offensive, and they're all from her own misses.
Right.
Like I was watching some highlights that were attached to the article, and literally, like her teammates will be like 5 feet behind the 3-point, like where Caitlin Clark shoots from.
Right.
Airballs. She gets the ball, and they count that as a rebound. That's not.
And then she shoots it, and she misses, and she rebounds it again.
Then she shoots, misses it, and rebounds it. Now she's just got 2 rebounds.
Right.
It's like, what? How is this legendary?
There's nothing.
Like she's like boxing out and going up
and
grabbing rebounds.
She's not Dennis Rodman.
Ridiculous.
Coach, she's like a stormtrooper. She's like a stormtrooper.
Yes,
she can't hit anything.
She can't hit anything. Like, it was a tied game with them and the Fever.
Yeah.
And she missed a layup to win the game.
Yep.
A layup.
I want to know what her field goal percentage is from like 2 to 5 feet, right? Like, I mean, how bad is it? That is a Beavis comment. How can you write about that being legendary when it's just so bad? It's horrible. There's a reason people call her me-bounds. If 40% of your rebounds are from yourself, that's not legendary in any way. That's terrible. Oh my God. Give me a break.
Her career field goal percentage is 42%.
Okay.
That's just
pretty bad.
Everything. That's
yeah.
everything.
Yeah, that's pretty bad anyway. But yeah. Well, and I'll say it's bad comparatively, right?
So according again, it's according to AI, because I just put it in there. It says her efficiency close to the basket tracks lower than most starting WNBA post players, hovering around 40 to 51% in the restricted area, depending on the specific tracking period.
There you go.
God awful for a post.
Yeah. Yeah. When you're talking about supposedly one of the best players and a star in the league, and she's terrible and on the bottom, really?
So to piggyback on that, we also have a X post by Chris Nano that kind of goes ties to says, man, I know Angel Reese is a polarizing figure, but what she brings to the floor is tough to replace. She's one of the best rebounders in the league, and her physicality down low is elite.
Okay. Chris Nano.
Yep, and then
Yep.
he goes, I'll gladly take a player averaging 15 to 12. She needs work finishing around the rim, being more efficient, but she can just become average in that category. She'll be all right. Dude, she's like
She's well below average.
She's getting worse. And then somebody comments, she just blew the game on a layup I could make with my left hand sitting on the ground. These are some of the comments.
She just needs to become average. Yeah, maybe if she puts a little work in and is less concerned about making $75,000 a year and saying that she can't live off of it. Let's talk about that for a second. Okay, Me Bounds, you go.
So in this game that they just lost, she was 5 for 16 from the field, and most of those are down low.
And that's my point, Coach, when I said that comparatively her percentage is bad when you talk about 42% from the field. You know, if Steph Curry is 42% from the field, the dude is shooting mostly from the outside, right? He's not shooting down low. Right. And I'm just saying, generally speaking, you talk about guys that shoot from outside. If her percentage is always in the paint or the restricted area, like you were talking about, she should be hitting way more of those shots. It's just percentage wise, you're close. You should be hitting them. She is not an outside shooter. She has no outside game at all. And anybody that challenges that, I welcome them to challenge that. I want to see her hit a bunch of threes because it ain't happening. If you're like, oh, she's got a pretty well developed game from outside. No, she does not.
No, she doesn't.
So she's not a good player. What do you want? What do you guys want? She's an average player, maybe, but she's not a good player.
So the other Beavis comment of the week. Let's see if I can find it here. It just went to an ad. It's from our friends just to the south of us.
Oh, here we go.
What the heck is going on here? If I could find the darn thing.
Well, you look that up.
Here you go.
Go ahead.
It's from our friend Ben Johnson.
Okay.
All right. So obviously he's the head coach of the Chicago Bears. People have high hopes for them. I don't think I don't think they're going to repeat. They are not going to be as good as they were, I don't think. But his comment is, I want to have the highest scoring offense ever. Okay, not horrible, which happens to be the 2013 Denver Broncos. I know how many points per game they scored, 37.9. I want to surpass them. I want shutouts. I want blowouts. It says you've got 30 or
it's Peyton Manning.
You've got 31 other teams coming into training camp saying our goal is to win the Super Bowl. I want more than that. I want to have the highest scoring offense ever, which happens to be the Denver Broncos. So he really doesn't care. His ego is so big, he doesn't even care about the Super Bowl.
Nope. He says, I want more than the Super Bowl. He just wants the highest scoring offense ever. That's all he wants.
That's the dumbest comment ever. I don't care how many points we score. If we win freaking the Super Bowl, I could care less if we score 10 points a game.
Right. As a coach, that's what you should care about, right? If you score 10 and they score 9, guess what? You win. Who cares?
It's unbelievable that like he made that comment.
Yeah. And coach, that just goes to show you, like, when he was in Detroit, it makes you wonder about Dan Campbell and him and the dynamic that existed, because now he's in Chicago and he's the head coach, and it's like, What does he really care about? He's an offensive guy. He just wants to score points. He doesn't even care about winning. He'll say that he cares about winning, but he wants the highest scoring offense ever. That's ridiculous. And for people that don't think it's ridiculous, it is ridiculous.
Yeah, and he's saying the moon is a Super Bowl. We're shooting beyond that.
Okay, buddy.
What?
Okay.
Dude, you can't get any better than the Super Bowl. People aren't going to remember the 2026 Chicago Bears if you score 50 points a game and you don't win the Super Bowl.
Right. They'll be like, oh, that's nice. But yeah, look, your number one goal should be the Super Bowl. Your number two goal should be the highest scoring offense ever. One, then two. Like, wouldn't it be great if we won all of these games and won the Super Bowl? And then wouldn't it be great if we scored the most points ever? Yeah, great. You know, there are other offenses that were wonderful that lost the Super Bowl. So
I am hoping that he comes out and says our goals, our goal is to be undefeated. That's
Coach, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised.
Because like you can say, oh yeah, it'd be neat, but in professional football, that's never gonna happen. Never gonna happen.
It happened once.
Everybody say, oh, the Patriots. No, they lost the Super Bowl.
They were not undefeated. It happened once. The Dolphins are the only ones that are undefeated truly. That's it. 17-0. Done.
So those are our Beavis comments of the week. They were just quotes in stories. I don't have anything, no audio of them, which I usually kind of like having the audio.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
I'm gonna throw this out there, Coach, and I think this is fair. So on our first comment, I looked up stats for Karl Malone. All right, so Karl Malone, Coach, as you know, is not really an outside shooter, right? He's the mailman. He's the post down low guy, right? So I get the feeling that this lady who wrote the article about Angel Reese would probably say she's the Karl Malone of the WNBA. She would probably make that comparison. Well, Karl Malone, at his worst shot, it looks like in the high 40s as far as his field goal percentage. At any point in his career, and by the way, that's at the end of his career.
That's probably when he was with like the Lakers.
Yes, and in the prime of his career, he was averaging 52, 53, 55% from the field. So if you want to say that you're so wonderful, and that you're really great, and you are a down low post player, you should be hitting a few more of your shots. But I'm just throwing that out there. So yeah.
All right.
Anyway,
so we do have a little bit of time today. So we are, believe it or not, I mean we're midway through August, and this is where baseball does start to pick up steam. At least getting games done. I mean we're at 125.
120. Yeah.
So there's about 30 some games left. So not really, for baseball terms, not a lot.
Not a lot. No.
Since the All-Star break, it's been interesting. You have some of those top teams are kind of slumping a little bit. They're not like slumping, but they're not like winning like 6-7 games in a row. They're losing a couple here and there. The Brewers went through a tough stretch where they struggled against some bad teams. The Cubs had it down to a 3-game lead, and now the last 2 days the Brewers won both, and then the Cubs lost us back up to 5. But the interesting
and they beat the Dodgers too.
Well, that's what we're going to talk about. Since the All-Star break, it's been a lot of L's for the Dodgers.
Yeah.
They faced Skubal today. Guess what? They beat them.
Yeah.
And that was, so again, I really think that the Dodgers organization is getting complacent.
Yeah.
And they think we're just going to buy ourselves World Series championships. We have the best. We don't need to come in and perform it day in and day out.
Right.
Well, here's the thing. The Brewers did some modest moves.
Right.
Didn't sacrifice their future. They have some injuries that they had some of their main guys are out right now. So now it made more sense why they're only 5-5 in the last 10.
Right.
Because when you have guys, Pratt, I believe Pratt's out. They have all sorts of guys on the 10-day that are set to come back. Terang's out. That's a huge one. Pratt's out. That's a huge one. Frelick's out. That's a huge one. Uribe's out. That's a big one. I mean, they have some of their top guys that are currently on the either the 15 or 10-day IL. So that means they have to sit that many days. And when these guys come back, Trang's a huge part of the and Pratt are huge parts of the offense.
They are, yeah.
Uribe, he's one of their better pitchers.
Right.
So,
he's my 12th cousin, by the way.
Is he?
No, I don't know.
You related? Well,
yeah,
then
somewhere in there.
Why aren't we getting some sponsorships from some of these?
Right, I know, right? Yeah, if he's related to me, yeah.
Blessed. So
well, and I'll say this though too, Coach. Along those lines, we're talking about just teams in general. No one really has been good over their last 10. If you look at all the teams in the league, there's a couple of teams that were 7-3. There's one team that was 8-2. But for the most part, teams are 5-5, 4-6, whatever. There's not a lot of teams that were making any sort of run recently. So it just kind of generally I feel like there's a malaise over baseball as far as no one's really making a decent run, right? But now there's only you said, maybe about 30 games or so left. So who is going to do that over this last stretch, right? This is what I'm interested to see as far as baseball goes. Now, is somebody going to put the afterburners on and kind of put themselves in a good position, to win their division and then kind of coast those last 4 or 5 games if they need to?
Yeah, I don't think. I think that the Dodgers may kind of be there because they got a 7-game lead, and I mean, they would really, really have to fall apart to not win.
The Padres are that team. They're the only team that is 8-2 over the last 10 games. So I mean, they're putting a little pressure on the Dodgers, at least, right?
Yeah, I mean they are, but I mean it's still a 7-game lead.
I know.
You have to remember it's not just if they win 7 more games, they also have to have the Dodgers lose 7 games.
Yeah. It's a lot.
Make up that difference. It's the same even with the Cubs. It's they got to get that down to a game or 2.
Right.
If they want a shot here, and they need to do it quick because right now they need to basically have a 10-game swing.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's a lot considering.
Games left. The divisions that are kind of tight. You got the AL West with the Rangers and the Astros, and even the Mariners are kind of hanging around in there. You have and then really every other division.
The AL Central, I mean, the White Sox have won a few games here and there, but they're still not. They haven't put it away.
Right, but they're 5.5 up.
Yeah.
And that's just remember what the White Sox were last year.
And the year before, historically bad. I mean,
Yeah.
they're yeah.
So I mean, it's possible. And just imagine though, like you look at some of these, like a team disappointing this year, Toronto. That's a huge disappointment in my book.
Which one?
What happened there?
Which team did you say, Coach? I didn't catch that.
The Blue Jays.
Oh
Toronto has
yeah,
been a huge
absolutely.
disappointment.
I agree. Yeah. Yeah, and to go from where you were to where you are now, I mean that is terrible. Yeah.
I mean, really though, if you look at it, the Angels and A's are horrible.
Oh yeah, they're bad.
But if you look at it, if we might actually have a year where we don't have a 100 game loser.
I don't think that we will this year, Coach. It's possible, but I don't see it.
Because even at 49 wins with 30 some games, you basically have to be 500.
Yeah, I think the Rockies were that bad last year. Now they're 50-74. I don't think they're going to do it. The worst team in the league, though, was 76 losses for the Angels. So they would have to really just crap the bed to do that. I don't see that happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, they'll get to 90, but I don't see that. So you're not going to have that bad of a team.
Now, I will say this. I'm just going to be honest. What the Brewers are doing, even kind of what like the Marlins are doing, because they're stable. And, I'm not going to say that they're a big market club. What the White Sox have done, these big teams that are against the salary cap are going to look at the White Sox, the Marlins, and the Brewers and say, see, we don't need a salary cap. It doesn't matter. You can be competitive.
Yeah.
That's what teams are going to say. So I would not put this past some of these owners. And this is why it's probably a conspiracy theory of mine that I have. I think I'm not saying that the everything is, the league knows who's winning, the World Series, who's winning the Super Bowl.
No.
They don't know that. But like in years like this, I think the big time owners like the Yankees, the Dodgers, everybody, they're sitting there saying, we hope the Brewers win the World Series. We actually hope they win the World Series because it debunks the whole salary cap thing.
I think you're right, Coach. I think that's exactly right. If that were the case, because if the Dodgers win, you know what's going to happen. There's going to be a lockout.
See, we need a salary cap.
There's going to be a lockout, and they're going to say we need a salary cap.
But if the Brewers win, you might get a lockout, but you will get more owners towards we don't need a salary cap,
right?
Because a small market club just won the World Series.
And we talked about this in our victim or villain segment about baseball and who the victim was, the fans of the victim. Coach, if the fans are like, well, but the Brewers won, a small market team won, fans are fickle, right? They'll just spaz out and they'll say, you guys don't need that. What are you talking about? It is possible. Right? And a lot of them will just say, look, it can happen. Stop doing this.
Yeah, so, I don't know. I don't
some won't, but some will.
I think the majority of fans are sick of, they're not going to look at they're going to look at the Brewers, if the Brewers win, as the exception to the rule.
Well, smart fans
they're not, they didn't come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
This is a club that has now sustained success over a number of years.
Right. They're
going to look at it and say that they're an exception to the rule. Because look at the Royals. What was it? 7 years ago, they win the World Series because they get all
and then they
these
drop
good
off
players
into
in there,
nothingness.
and then they fire sale the whole team the year later, and now they're crappy.
Right.
That's what normally happens. What happens is small club owners, they'll build up a large war chest for a couple year run and say, all right, spend it.
Yeah.
And they hope they win the World Series.
Right.
That's not how it should work. You should have a shot every year. And that's not what baseball has. And unfortunately, I think.
Yeah. And here we are, though, still, Coach. So if the Brewers don't win.
Right. Then if the Brewers don't win and you have a big market club that has a huge salary.
Right. The Yankees or whatever.
Yeah,
right.
You're going to have people clamoring for a salary cap.
I would go so far as even the Braves. The Braves, Coach, they're in Atlanta. They're a big market team, right?
Right. I mean, that one, they're not. The only reason the Braves are in the position they're in is because their division just sucks.
Yeah. But I look at them and I just say, like, okay, they're still a big market team. They've been there before. Now, they're not one of the biggest payrolls necessarily in baseball.
But it's a perception, because like even like right now, I'll tell you right now, and this is just a perception of people. If Houston wins the World Series, people are gonna be like, "That's a big market team."
Yeah,
and it's really not. But because they've had so much success and they've won World Series, they're gonna, in their minds, they're a big market team. It's a perception thing. A lot of fans, if you said name us the big, the mid, and the small market teams in the major leagues, they aren't gonna be able to figure it out. They'll get some of them because they're easy.
Right.
LA, Chicago, New York.
Right.
Okay. Those are easy ones. Okay. But tell us, where would you put the Pirates? Are they small, mid?
Sure.
Cardinals, are they small or mid?
Sure.
Brewers.
Sure.
We know they're small because that's all people talk about.
Right.
It's like
Coach, the Braves are in that 6 to 9 range. Like they're in the top 10 of payroll.
Right. Of pay. I get that.
Yeah.
But because they haven't won it recently, people aren't going to consider them large market.
They may not.
I'm not saying they're not. I'm talking purely about perception.
Perception. Yeah. Yeah.
People go off of your recent success.
Yeah.
Not what they don't really look at the statistics of stuff. They just don't.
Right.
And
they should. They should. But
they should, but they don't. These are fans.
I know.
Fans.
But that's what I'm saying. But I mean, fickle. Yeah.
It's that if they don't want to see New York, Boston, Houston, LA win a World Series right now.
Look, if your payroll, Coach, I'm just going to throw this out there because I just looked it up. If your payroll is not in the top 10, chances are you're not going to win the World Series. I just looked this up. So there are only 2 teams in the last 12 years that have won the World Series where their payroll was not in the top 10. One of them is the Royals that we mentioned. They were 13th, which is an insane payroll for the Royals because, like you said, they went nuts and then they had a fire sale. Everybody else outside of them, and there's one other, but everybody else was in the top 10 in payroll when they won the World Series.
Right.
I mean, it's just that's the bottom line. Regardless of whether the team is big or small market, their payroll was really high. So,
I mean, it's perception. People actually don't look at statistics. The casual fan doesn't look at that stuff. They don't care. They're going off of perception. So, if a big market, if one of those 4 teams wins, you're going to see everybody clamoring for a salary cap. If a team like the Brewers or the White Sox, make a run and win it, or even Tampa Bay, the fans aren't going to be calling for a salary cap.
Yeah.
So that's that.
There you go.
We are at our time. Is there anything else, Lone Wolf, that we haven't discussed that you would like to discuss?
No, there's some other stuff out here about ESPN kind of turning into a dumpster fire, but I think we knew that already, so we don't need to get into that this time.
They've been a dumpster fire for years. I haven't watched something serious on ESPN in a long time.
It's just kind of what it is now. We talked about this peripherally with some of the firings that they had. So no, there's nothing else.
All right. Well, want to thank everybody for watching. Enjoy your week, and we'll talk to you next time.